was hard work. Lucky Vapes, good evening. Good evening. Triss, Michael. Sorry if I'm late. I had technical failures. When I say technical failures, I was starting to pull my hair out. Barry Corbett, Daniel Roberts, Chris, Taff, Andy Cole, Neil Andrews, Daniel Roberts. I'm reading the names out because I'm just waiting for everyone else to sort of log in, clag in, do their confusers and get things going. Yeah, good evening everyone. Can someone just do a quick sound and vision, because I've had problems tonight. Does it look all right? Does it sound all right? Before I start carrying on and it's all fuzzy or crackly or something. How's it hanging, Tim? To the left. I dress to the left. Rick, Taff, Andy Cole. Oh, I can't pronounce that one. Loud and clear. Cloudy beer also. All good, thank you very much. Oi, oi, Skippy Kung Fu. What's up? Yeah, all right, so you can see me and you can hear me now. I was fully prepared 5 minutes before, everything all done, all the punching of the things in and ready to press the button, and then my phone threw a wobbly, which is why I was late. It just would not log on. Don't know why. Wayne Swatton, my favourite regular. How are you, buddy? You all right? Yeah, and Stephen Morris, my family are all well. We are all well. Bit battered and bruised by the weather at the moment. Can't do anything, can you? I stole a weather window to go fishing. When was that? Oh, it seems like forever now. Friday or Saturday night. Anyway, I went fishing. Got beat about. Caught some doggies. I was fishing for ungulates, specifically for ungulates, and it didn't pay off. It can't always be that way, can it? You can't always get what you want. But no, in answer to your question, no, we're all good, and we're very thankful for it. Yeah, sweet. Hi, Wayne. Lee Jones, loving the channel. Well, thank you very much. And Pete Galbert. I'm not good at pronouncing this sort of stuff. I do my best. I never try to annoy anyone. Andy Collins, good evening. Earl's Fishing Adventures. Did I win? Did I win? Are you messaging me now to tell me what I've won? Because if I haven't won, I'm not happy, mate. And that's why you're all here tonight, isn't it? We've got another prize up for grabs. I'm going to tease you a little bit. I'm not going to give you it straight away, so you can just like, and then thin out. But not that that's what anyone would do. But I've got a couple of little things I'd like to discuss, and I'd get you all off in time for Top Gear. I know that's what you're after. John Taylor, Gareth Williams. Not a relative by any chance here. Tony Dixon, Mike Kingston. I'll give it a few minutes because I was late. I'll hold my hands up. Technical failures. I couldn't log in. My phone kept spitting its dummy out. So I'll give it, because people might have tried to log or catch the channel, see that there was problems, and then disappeared, gone to make a brew, come back. So we'll give it a couple of minutes, and then we'll get cracking. Tony Dixon, looking forward to the next video. So am I, because I know what's coming. And when I say what's coming, I haven't already filmed it yet, but I'm watching the weather at the moment. So as soon as there's a weather window, possibly Wednesday, the weather's all over the place. You know, you can look out the window, you see the weather forecast at the moment. It is absolutely dire. I saw a weather window the other night, and when I went, still got blown about all over the place. Rod tips were going constantly. Of the 3 fish I had, 2 I didn't spot the bite. So yeah. Chris Timms, need new braid for Penn Surf Blaster. Any thoughts? I used Barkley Whiplash 8. It's about the right price to match all the others, but the diameter is very thin. Are you going to use a shock leader on it, or are you going straight through? That's the first consideration. If you're using a shock leader, I'd go, I think it's £30 or £37. If you're going straight through, I think it's 60 something or 70 something. If you're doing a 6 ounce weight, you can put £70 braid and go straight through. Be a bit smoother with your cast. Don't be too snatchy with it, because, and also if I was to be 100%, I never had a failure on it. I never lost a rig through a failure of braid on my beach casting reels. But abrasion, you've got to think abrasion. If there's anything it's going to abrade against, braid just goes like that, where a mono's a little bit more tolerant. Waterside Fishing Adventures, been enjoying the channel, thank you very much. We put it out there, don't we? We put it out there hoping you like it. Not much point putting it out there if you don't. Taft Bets, modern technology. Yeah, my phone has never spat its dummy out going live before. It's always been uber reliable. And tonight, for some reason, the computer said no. It just wouldn't have it. It just wouldn't have it. In the end, I shut everything down, did the age-old, flashed everything up, and it went straight away. It was just having a funny 5 minutes. Master Fisherman, good evening. Steve Urin, evening Mark, first ever comment on YouTube. First ever comment on YouTube. Oh, okay. That's your first ever comment on YouTube. Okay. I didn't. You could put up here the name of the person that did. I might recognise the name. If it's someone within the circle of us fishermen, I'll be interested to know who did win. Cracking prize, by the way. The trouble with weather windows is someone keeps... You're not wrong. And then I look at the weather forecast and it looks absolutely abysmal. And I'm sat indoors looking out the window thinking, it's lovely out there. What's going on? That's just about what it is, isn't it? Skippy Kung Fu's going fishing for rays tomorrow. I love a Raymond. I love fishing for rays. They're cracking creatures. Alan's logged in and he's there, available for answers. So if we've got any questions, Alan's the man. He's our resident egghead, fishing egghead. Phil Carpenter, evening Capitano. I am. I'm the captain of my own vessel now. I haven't got a captain's hat. I might get one of those little cheesy ones with an anchor on it. No, I won't. I lost my hat. You won't have seen it on the film, but one of the times I went out, I think it's the video before last, I was down behind the cuddy and I was motoring along and I just popped my head up to look over the top and off went my hat, and it disappeared. It's my favourite fishing hat as well. So Sean's been making pulley rigs with the Trident Aero and clips. Yeah, good stuff. I spoke to the owner of Trident. Sent me an email, curious as to when I went skate fishing on the shore, and that whole fish was hanging on a termalink. That was the end piece from a main line. That fish hung on a termalink. Brilliant bit of kit. Matt Elder, hope you're enjoying the boat. I've got to contain my enthusiasm a little bit. You know, I get excited about these things. I absolutely love it. Absolutely blown away. Dream. Costs a lot of money. But I love it. It's an investment in happiness. That's what it is. Not happiness. 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 Yeah, I love my boat. It's amazing. If I could go down there tonight, just give it a little cuddle and then come back, I would. But it's not very nice outside. Yeah, and it's opened some doorways to me. So I've been meeting other people and discussing other things. Got some really exciting stuff coming up. Really exciting stuff. And when I say exciting stuff, the immediate future, because we like talking about what we're going to do as well as what we have done. Waiting for a weather window. The next window might be northerly winds, drop in temperature, no wind. Perfect. Cod weather, dare I say unicorn? The unicorns might appear. And I've been given a whole list of marks and the specific species that you catch on those marks. I've got loads of them to try out. And we're coming into that whole season rotation thing again now, aren't we? So congers, rays, you know, bass that are starting to fatten up. Obviously the hounds are on their way out for shore catching. Tope are on their way out for shore catching. black bream are still kicking around in quite a few places, and all the other stuff. Yeah, it's all good. It's like a full change, isn't it? Just as you're getting to the end of, oh, I've caught some hounds, I've caught this, I've caught that, mackerel, I've moved on, blah blah blah. The different stuff reappears. It's all good. Alan, you do make me laugh, Alan. Sean was even watched the video and made a few. Yeah, okay, so we just done that one. Always use pulleys. Have yet to find a pulley my line doesn't bite into. A pulley that your line does bite. Okay, so the old-fashioned way. I say old-fashioned. The very mechanical, mainstay way of doing a pulley is just through a swivel. Put the pulley line through a swivel, a bead either side, and then maybe put a snood swivel halfway between the pulley. So if your main line's coming down, we swivel as your termination, put your line through it, a bead either side, a swivel down to your hook so that it stops at a certain height, and then if the fish, my fist is the fish, outweighs the weight, when you retrieve it, your weight is lifted up out of the snags and your fish can swim free. That's the benefit of a pulley. So a swivel is possibly the most basic, simplest way of doing a pulley rig. And then all the complications after it. So pulley beads with a swivel in them, and all the other, the Gemini version, the breakaway version. It's just a matter of personal preference. If I was to say one that definitely won't, absolutely won't, in my view, bite into the line, is the Gemini one, because it is curved. It's quite thin, so there will be a transition in, because it's not like a great big banana, but you will get a transition of line, and there's no way for that line. So a Gemini pulley bead is almost a guaranteed. The Trident one, some people don't like the fact that the lines cross. I've not had a problem with that. The breakaway ones, the shape, some people don't like the overall shape, or literally a straightforward swivel. We all need a good break in the weather. Yeah, Taff, totally get you on that one. Because I feel a little bit like a caged beast. Like when you're out in the workshop, prepping some gear, prepping some rigs, waiting for the next opportunity to go fishing, look at the weather forecast, XC weather as your app, and you're like, there's nothing for a week. You go the next day, and obviously it looks a week ahead, and you're looking at it, you're thinking, there's nothing for another week. Or you watch the telly and another weather front's coming in. So we're going through, it's a bit like a wash machine out there at the moment. Investment in happy. It is an investment in happiness. I know people that have got stacks and pots of money. They're not happy. I'm skin. I'm chuffed to bits. That's a good way of putting it, isn't it? Yeah. Pete Mosley, good evening, buddy. Earl's Fishing Adventures will swallow. Okay. Won one set, and Keelan Green won the second set. Congratulations if you happen to be on here. Should have brought them with you. You should have said, I'm finishing and I'm going over there. Everyone follow me. That's what you should have done, Earl. Yeah. So Taff's talking about fishing, trying to get down to Abbotsbury, got blown off. Fishing blown off. That's what we're talking about there. I've been watching. I wanted to do the anniversary trip down to Chesil, and all the opportunities I had, the weather had other ideas. But as soon as there's a decent break in the weather that falls into, even if I can only go down for a 4-hour session or something, but you got to be careful, Chesil. Chesil, the beach of broken dreams. You can go down there with high hopes, put all, you've prepped all your bait, all your rigs, go down there and blank. Another day you can go down there and absolutely knock it out of the park. The one thing I will say with Chesil is never turn your back to the water. Never turn your back to the water. Very steep shingle, and you'll get lured into a false sense of security. You'll hear the same sound. Waves are coming at the same height. You'll turn your back, you'll be concentrating on something else, and you'll have a wave come right up behind you. And it's a definite thing. People know it happens, but it's very easy to, at this time of year. So it may, in a weather window in a week's time, be fine here, but the Atlantic's still chucking up 40-foot rollers, and every now and then one of those will make its way all the way across. It's a difficult thing to explain. Those that know, but But what I will say, if I could influence anything at all, if you're going to fish big beaches to open water, things like Chesil or rock marks and that, always be careful. If you're fishing in the winter, make sure there's someone else with you. If you're going on your own, make sure someone knows you there. I don't want to sound like a preaching dad or anything like that, but seriously, you know, I've not had problems, I've had scares where you're just like, whoa, didn't see that coming. Samuel Hughes, how's the van coming along? It's a workhorse. So the reason why the third video, I was peeved with that. Done a lot of filming, done a solar install, battery install, done all the trim work around the flooring, only had the flooring to glue, done some other bits and pieces, and then we went to the Scotland trip. And I filmed it all. I thought, right, when I get back, I'll go through all the footage, I'll edit it all together, get the Scotland trip edited out, and then that'll be the next van. All the sound was corrupted. All the sound, don't know if you notice, I've got this one on at the moment. This is the guilty, but I don't even know what I've got this here actually. This plug-in mic, the connection's knackered. Connection's knackered. So it's working sometimes and not others. At every key stage that I couldn't voice over or re-record, that it was like, and it didn't come out. And I've had to bin, I think it was 3, because I couldn't figure it out either, because it works sometimes and not others. I've been 3 fishing trips worth of videos, and I've got to re-film. Otherwise the van won't show a sequence. I've got to re-film the whole of the third lot, and it was going to be an hour-long special with the solar and the batteries. Got to re-film it. I've even, if I'm realistic, I've got to take some of it out to video, putting it back in. And I've been busy. So there's the excuse. Van video 3 tripped me up, and I need to sort it out. I genuinely understand I've got to sort it out. So that's how the van's coming on. But the van's a workhorse. It towed my boat 800 miles. It drove to Scotland and back twice. I've slept in it. I've gone on fishing excursions. It's brilliant with all the LED lighting in it. If I go somewhere like the other night, it's wet, windy, horrible, open the side door, stand up inside, get all your wet gear off, get all your fishing gear in, put dry gear on, sort yourself out, slide the door shut, drive it home. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Smash fishing. Evening, buddy. How you been? I'm all good. I'm gearing up for some big eel fishing. That's what I'm up to. We can talk about that in a bit if you'd like, but I know there's people that want to get into the competition in a minute. I'm just quickly working my way through the comments. Alan's going stir crazy. Inglorious fishing. I got given, you're going to like this, I got given 3 marks that are proven marks for turbo werbos. I'm going to give them a go on my boat when it's time. It's not time now, but yeah, I might give you a run for your money. See if we can compete, PBs. I won't be able to compete. Where you fish, that's a lot better than where we fish. But no, I've been given some really good fishing marks. Swell here is ridiculous, not worth it at all. Channel Islands, you're more exposed, aren't you? You're more exposed. And even where Chesil is and where I am, we're sheltered by the Isle of Wight. We're very lucky. We've got that landmass in front of us in the sea. Yeah, I can imagine that you get an absolute... So what's that? You'll get the rollout from the Bay of Biscay, won't you? I've gone across the Bay of Biscay in ships on numerous times. And even those that are good at holding down their lunch have occasionally lost theirs. And yeah, got to always respect the water, Andy Cole, and definitely Chesil. I'm not going to... It all sounds too much like a preach. I'm not going to preach, but leave it at that. It is a dangerous beach. I don't think people realise sometimes until they get up, you know, nose up to it. The tide waits for no man. Do you find yourself constantly, and when I say constantly, I don't know if I got like early onset of Alzheimer's or something, but I looked at the tides this morning, and I looked at them again tonight in case they'd changed. They haven't changed, have they? They're going to be exactly the same as when I looked at them this morning. But I keep looking at them thinking, looking at the... it's like more habit than anything else now. Someone I text messages every hour or two better. Right, yeah, so Steve knew if you're fishing a big beach on your... And I know some people are going to scoff at this one, but you know, I put it out there. Whether you like it, I'm not trying to upset people, or if you're not quite sure the mentality of what's coming across, it's always genuinely. I just love fishing. If you're going somewhere you're unsure of, or even if you're with someone, wear a life jacket. The modern life jackets, you can get them online for like 40 odd quid. Don't get a self-inflating one that's water activated, and I don't really want to go into complications, but get one that pulls. If you happen to, because you've got your welly boots on, welly boots full of water, there's 3-4 kilos added to your weight straight away. Try swimming with them on. But yeah, pull a toggle, it'll inflate. Otherwise, it's literally like it's not even there. If you watch my stuff in the boat, I never not wear one. Dan, we've been waiting for you. I know you're a little bit late. We were waiting because we knew you weren't quite here yet. All these good people have been patient because we're going to do the competition bit in a minute. But yeah, we've been waiting for you, Dan. Don't worry. I said we'd wait. Get some big turbos. I'd like just to be able to show you one that I've caught. The only one I've seen recently, and I say recently in the last 12 months, was the one that my brother caught, and it was small. But that doesn't take away anything from it, because to catch one from the shore from where we were, that was a good effort. Harry Ruffers. Yeah. Tony looks at the tides, forgets what they are, and has to look at them again. That's exactly the same here, mate. Bristol Channel for the unicorns. Troy says I need to get my boat up the muddy stream. We're talking fishing here, aren't we? All catches have to be returned as a nursery. Oh, right, yeah. So you can fish the fleet, but all catches have to be returned. Right, I've managed, I know that was quite a quick blast through, but I've managed to catch up with the comments. I've got a couple of little things that I just wanted to go through here. Yeah, so we're just about to do the competition. You know the routine. For anyone that's new to these competitions, if you've come from a Facebook page or someone else has told you about it, you need to be a subscriber because the computer won't pick you if you're not. So one of the things it looks for is that you're a subscriber. I'll give you a keyword that you type into the comments that everyone's commenting on now. You type that keyword in, and that's it. That's you in. I don't want you to jump through any hoops or ring any bells or do anything like that. You just literally have to be a subscriber or it won't pick you. You need to put the comment in because it will search through all the comments and pick someone out at random. So the competition, a couple of minutes time. In fact, I'll put you out of your misery. The keyword for this competition, we're going to do a Daiwa, everyone knows them as a slosh, an SL 20 or 30 SH. The 20 is more of a cast beach specific reel that can be used in a boat, and the 30 is the same reel with a bigger capacity that's more predominantly used in a boat. Lots of people give them really good reviews. I haven't got one, but I'm going to buy one. So I'd like to win one, but I can't. Obviously I can't put my own name in. So it's for a Daiwa slosh 20 or 30. The winner can choose. If they want the beach orientated one, I suggest you go for the 20. If you want the boat orientated one, I suggest you go for the 30. Your personal choice. They're exactly the same money, so there's no benefit in having one or the other, and it will be the normal routine. When we get a winner, the computer will pick one at random. We'll do it live. We're going to do it for 2 weeks time. So very quickly, and I have just been caught out because I haven't checked, and I've just remembered just as I was doing it. So the competition draw will be on the 15th of November. Quite easy to remember that one. 2 weeks time, 15th of November. We'll do it live. I'll let everyone know what time I'm going to do the bit. And the keyword that you're looking for to type in the comments is slosh. SLOSH. Sierra Lima Oscar Sierra Hotel. Slosh. Smash slosh in. I'm going to see it all up now as we do it. Type slosh in. That's your entry. Make sure you're a subscriber, please. And that's not me trying to farm subscribers. The computer will look for a subscriber and the word slosh. That's your entry. We'll let you blast your way through all that. Those that obviously have just been waiting for that, you're free to leave. You can go and on your merry way. Go and put the kettle on before Top Gear. I'll be finished before Top Gear, and then I'll just catch up on the comments. Yep, Slosh, you've all got it. Yeah, I've obviously made myself very clear because there's no spelling mistakes and everyone's got it. Smash it in. One entry per person, and the computer will ignore all other entries. So if I tell it it's one entry per person, it will take your one entry, but it will ignore all the others. So it's subscriber, one entry, Slosh, and that's you in. Just to give a little bit of detail then, with the other competitions that we've done seat tackle box, we've done the igloo, which was going to be an IMAX, but you couldn't get one in the country, so I upgraded it to an igloo. Beach shelter. We did the VAS chest waders. All three of those amazing, I thought, for competition prizes. £75 worth of terminal tackle. I know the person that got that, and I'm being rude because I can't remember, but I'll have to look at the names. I know they were pleased with that because they got to do their own shopping list of kit. I ordered it and sent it. And now I think, what is another one? It's either a beach orientated multiplier or a boat orientated multiplier, and one that is widely regarded as one of the best that you can buy for the price bracket. I'm not buying thousands of pounds worth of stuff, but you know where I'm coming from. It's all good stuff. I don't buy rubbish. So we're sloshed out. We're all sloshed all over the place. I'm dying for a slosh. Yeah, you just reminded me actually. This has got no alcohol. Tonight's a school night. I've got to be up early for work tomorrow. I've just had a week off. So if anyone's got any burning questions other than sloshing, and Lucky Vapes, yeah, I appreciate thumbs up. I appreciate the thumbs up, the sharing. I'm not going to stipulate that that's what you got to do. I appreciate that you take time to come and watch the channel. I really do. Let's have a quick look. Get past all the sloshing. European darts. Mrs. W likes watching the darts. Don't get me wrong, I like watching the snooker. I used to like playing the snooker, and you think, Christ, that's a bit strange. I can have a little snooze, and when I wake up, the score's there, so you haven't missed anything. So snooker's amazing. You can start watching the snooker, sort of nod off, hear a little click, and you look up, and you're like, oh, frame, oh, they've played 3 frames. I've had a 15-minute snooze. The European darts, great comp. Yeah, thank you. I only ever put up stuff that I'd like to win myself. It's channel's not sponsored anyway. Everything that comes into the channel, some of you already know this, I've said it before. I make a little bit of ad revenue money. That, yeah, I'm not going to hide that. And I make a little bit at stickers. All of that money goes into a little separate bank account, and it pays for the prizes. What comes in goes out. Slosh, think about it. I'd like to be. Do you know what? Seriously, I'm drinking a fruit-based beverage designed for ladies with no alcohol in it. I wish there was a little bit of alcohol in it. Might sleep better tonight. It's quite windy outside tonight. When am I putting my boat up for a prize? You reminded me. I didn't even put that on my list either. I was going to ask, and I was probably going to do it on the community channel. I was going to ask, not through the winter, spring, summer, but would people like that as a prize to come out for a day? Obviously, we've got pandemic, we've got winter coming, we've got all that kind of stuff, but I'm planning quite far ahead. I'm already looking at spring and summer next year. You know, seriously, I am planning that far ahead. Would anyone like to come out, and would that be a suitable prize? It's not, that for me isn't a prize I'd pick because it wouldn't cross my mind, but I'm willing to offer it if somebody would like that. I've taken a couple of people out already. I've taken a good friend of mine, Stuart, out. I've tried to get the other Stuart, the sweet corn kid. He's a little bit worried about being seasick, so if he's here watching this, chuck a comment in, Stu. Stuart Crane's been out. He's been out lure fishing for bass with me. We didn't film that, and that was out of pure respect for his day that day. So Stuart's helped me out loads. He's been fishing with me in different places. He was interested in going out in a boat. I took him to the hot water outlet. if you know the channel, then you know that's literally like an aquarium. And we went through the lure box. We went through every lure in the box to see what worked and what didn't work. And I didn't film that day because it was his day. I'd taken him out. I wanted him to enjoy the experience, and we didn't film it. But yeah, it was a good day. We had a cracking day. He had a bass trawling back. We were going through Southampton water, and he put a lure 60 yards out behind the boat. And he said, if you slow down a little bit, because obviously you can tell by the rod tip whether it's working or not. And I was going too fast, and it was pulled over. And we slowed down to about 2 knots, and it started fluttering. And I said, I actually physically said, I won't put any money on getting a bass here. It's too choppy, windy, the conditions aren't very nice. And his rod went over, and he went, I'm in. I went, you what? He went, stop the boat, I'm in. I had to stop the boat, and he pulled a bass in. That was the bass of the day for me, that was. Trawling on our way back home. Trolling, not trawling, trolling. So we're sloshings. Wayne says the stickers are top notch. I'm going to pitch them now, right? I've had to change the pricing. I had to order a new batch. But they're really heavy duty UV staples. So they're not going to just, like when stickers go all crumbly and fall to bits and they're not very nice. And these are like almost like rubbery, if that makes sense. And they're quite heavy duty. And they are, what you pay is because they are that expensive. I quite like them. I just can't put them everywhere because then everyone knows who put them there because it's got my name on it. And I like the yellow colour as well. Scampy, great channel and quality content. Have you been to the European Beach Open? How do you think of doing it? I only ever fished officially one competition, and that was before Christmas last year, about November time. And I won some money in the biggest fish, and I just didn't think it was very sportsman. I'd walked in on this like regular fishing competition thing, stole the money and left. And you'll laugh now because it was with a ting. I caught a 43 centimetre ting and it won biggest fish of the night. I think I won 30 quid. I can understand why people would want a fish competition. I understand that. But it's not my favourite kind of fishing. It genuinely isn't. I fished that competition that night. I didn't particularly enjoy it, to be honest. You've seen what I do. I like chucking a big hook out with a big bait, trying to catch a big fish. And I'm quite happy to blank if I don't get one. Kingfisher would like it. Master Fisherman would like it. Gareth Williams thinks that would be a good prize. I'll put it on the community channel at some point. I don't want to tease people because it's early days and I've got early ideas. I'm going through the whole official way of going through for boat safety. I know some of you might already understand this, but there's a whole checklist and then you can have your boat inspected at the end of it. So I'm pretty much there. And you think, well, why are you using your boat? Well, I'm using it inshore. I'm not going wreck fishing offshore at the moment. But I've had to piece together quite a few items that I didn't realise. Yeah, so I'm going to get the... But I will have the boat inspected and a few other little boxes ticked before I'd even consider taking anyone out. And that's just from a safety point of view. Me using it myself is exactly as it is, and it is a safe boat. But if I was to take someone else out, I'd want to know that it was independently inspected first. But that's going to happen soon. The way lockdown, seriously, lockdown's got me worried. And if I've made comments in the past and I've had to sort of rein myself in. I don't like getting too political. I'm not going to question what the government's doing because regardless of what anyone believes, they've got a duty to uphold safety and look after people, and that's what they're doing to the best of their ability. But this second wave's worrying, isn't it? It genuinely is worrying. I don't want to dwell on it too much because some people might be tuning into this to take their mind away from that kind of thing. But yeah, genuinely got me worried. Yeah, Wayne wants to come out in a boat with his new slosh. Clever. Alan would like to come out on a boat. Yeah, so okay, so it might be a popular thing. It wouldn't be deep offshore wrecking because that whole safety margin, but we've got a load of the Solent, Southampton water. We can go one end to the other. We can do some very sheltered inshore waters. Um, with the occasional, there's a chance of wrecks, Eastern Solent close in. So there's loads of opportunity. Yeah, so Earl, yeah, I watch your stuff, mate, and totally understand where you're coming from. Everything you make goes back into the channel. We just love to do it, don't we? It's just, I like sharing it, and if I'm completely honest, I've had so much back from doing the channel. It's improved my fishing. I've met people. I've gone fishing with people. I've met people that I would never have come across if I just turned up on the beach every day and went fishing 365 days of the year. Even to the point now where the van's been recognised and people come over and spoke to me. And the random, I've been out in the boat twice and been recognised twice. One time someone actually come along, and shouted across, "I recognise the boat." That blew me away. That absolutely blew me away. But these are all nice people, sharing interest. We all like doing the same thing, and it's amazing, isn't it? We start helping each other out, how quickly, things move on. You can really develop quickly when someone else is helping you, and I think that's amazing. I'll touch on it now because it's quite a good point. So I've met up with a couple of guys at the weekend who have been very helpful, very supportive. And the plan is to go shark fishing next year. So I would like to catch a shark from my boat in my local water. And I deem the Solent, the Isle of Wight and its surrounding waters my local water. That's where I live. And it just so happens to be a focal point for thresher and port beagle sharks. So without giving too much away, that is the end goal for the summer of next year. And everything between then and now, I've pretty much got, not scheduled out because it's weather, tide, chance specific, but we've got all the breeds, all the species. Still got to put a ungulate on film, which I'm very conscious of at the moment. That's what I'm trying for at the moment. Blonde ray is going to be slightly more difficult. Congo are literally going to be fighting them off the rod gear off the wrecks in the next couple of months as they start to roam, and quite some decent sized ones. And then straight after Christmas, I'm seriously going to be into prepping for shark fishing next year. So that's quite a decent heads up for where we're going. But you can see what the end game is. By the time we've got, I think, all the species caught on the channel, we'll be back into hound season again, summer, and then all the other things that follow on from that. I'm jibber jabbering a bit today, I know it's a one-sided conversation, but Guernsey's too far away for coming out on the boat. Yeah, so I've touched on the Earl stuff. Yeah, seriously, if you haven't seen Earl's channel, for Earl's Fishing Adventures, get yourself over there and have a look as well. Come and give the shambles a go. Right, so seriously, we was looking at that. So we had Navionics out on Saturday lunchtime, socially distanced in a bar, which was quite bizarre. You had to wear a mask going in, but as soon as you sat down, you could take the mask off. So we looked at the shambles area and a few other bits and pieces, but we've predominantly looked around the Isle of Wight, east of the Isle of Wight, the rough ground and all those different bits and pieces. There's so much. Excuse me, there is so much. Kingfisher likes the way that we're running the channel. It's not a business, it's not an income, it is purely self-generating. And if I'm completely honest, if we take more money, the prizes will go up. It'll level itself out. I may take if it became truly generating and of a different level, if you like, it might tip in and help with some boat fuel and things like, because that's the killer. Boat fuel, so because you're paying for unleaded petrol. But as we are at the moment, everything that comes in goes back out as a price. How many the boat hold? Right, so there are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 seats in the boat, but I wouldn't take 8 people out. If I'm completely honest, for the best experience, it's me plus 1. I wouldn't like to take. You could take 4 people, 2 fish up tide, 2 fish down tide. If I'm completely honest, you want half the boat. You want one side up tied in two positions and one or two rods down tied, and the other person fish the other side. If I'm completely 100% honest, if I was doing it as a prize, I would take the hit and I wouldn't put a rod in the water that day. I'd let the person fish the boat. We put all the rods out and they play whatever they caught, and that to me would make the day. I would skipper the day in the loosest sense of the terms. I would drive the boat, put them onto at least somewhere that I knew most likely to catch for the time and thingy. I'd let them fish the whole boat. I wouldn't take any more than one, for the simple reason, as soon as you add more into the mix, you've got different expectations, you've got different skill levels, you've got the chance of tangles and this. Just let one person fish the boat. That would be the way I play it. And I'm sort of speaking ahead of term really, because I haven't really given it that much thought. I thought I'd just throw it out there. But if I was going to do it, I'd do it one-on-one. Grooming happy to catch tiddlers, crazy, yeah, species comps and small fish. It's just, I've got nothing against it. I can see where like it's like any other competitive sport. You can see where people strive to beat their peer. They've got a slightly better rig, better bait, better skill, better position, and they want to be better. I understand all that. I prefer my fishing to be right. I'm here to relax, chill, and whilst filming it, actually, I'm just fishing. Another slosh just crept in. Kirk Johnson, good luck, buddy. How about you catching losing carp? I was talking about that at the weekend as well. Occasionally, I'm going to go to the same place, and I know how random this is because the chances of doing it again are going to be few and far between. But I know people that have targeted those carp in salt water. The tougher fish, apparently, they fight. They're not, like sitting in a lake, grubbing around, feeling around, and sucking up boilies. They're actively out hunting, which makes them more muscular, and I think personally, or what I've been told. But yeah, hooking a mirror carp in seawater was bizarre, to say the least. But I'm not the only one, apparently. It has happened before, and other people have seen them. Yeah. So a few people have heard about that. I spoke to the guys in the tackle shop at one of the larger tackle shops. I knew one of the guys in there had a story of his own, so I was chatting to him in Poindexter's, and he said, yeah, they've been seen. Actually, people watched them coming into Ealing, sort of mooching around, and then he said they tend to appear or be caught when there's been a big flush. So when there's been a big constant downpour and there's a lot of fresh water being pushed out. But what surprised me, and there's no mistaking what it was, I did see it. It had apple flake scales down the side. It had taken a whole squid on a 4-row hook. And then he explained to me that a lot of boilies have got squid in them. So I don't know detail as in how I'd replicate it, but that freak occurrence was very strange. Lucky Vapes, joining a boat club. I kept my boat at home initially, and that was the plan, until I tried to use a municipal slipway, which was shocking. Southampton have sold off the profitable slipways and not maintained the others. So they've literally washed their hands of slipway maintenance. They're horrible. I keep mine in a private boatyard with its own slipway and a pontoon, so I can launch the boat and recover it on my own. Very, very simply. It costs. It was a cost that I didn't want to have, but I'm willing to pay. And then I'm just fishing clubs. So fishing clubs, usually within, as a supplement to a sailing club, usually tacked onto the side, are more cost effective. They're cheaper than private boatyards because they're a club rather than a business. So I got my eye open. I'm happy. I'm happy where the boat is now. I'll be happy to bring it home. I may, for convenience, move it somewhere else. But that's the beauty of having a smaller boat. I did, for the same money, look at a larger boat. That just takes all option of self-launch away. I think the boat I've got is as big as you can self-launch. And I know there'll be skillful people out there who'll say, I can launch a 20, 21 foot pirate, or, you know, the boat I've got for my skill level, I can launch it on my own and recover. Agree with catching sharks on one's own boat, yeah, absolutely. Or tuna accidentally, because you're not allowed to target them, are you? But I've spoken to a few people now that have caught tuna in UK waters. Oh, seriously, mate, it's a big club. If you talk to any of the other guys, you know, Sweet Corn Kid, John Locker, Smash Fishing. I'm going to get in trouble for not mentioning everyone now. But if you speak to everyone is helpful. Everyone is helpful, and we should all help each other. Saltwater angler. I'm rubbish at lure fishing, and he's been very helpful. Another slosh just crept in. Danny Shore Fishing. Evening, buddy. Yeah, get your slosh in. Charles Deering. Good evening, buddy. How are you? I'm all good. Do you plan on taking the boat to Dartmouth and drift the skerries? Right, so part of the conversation I had at the weekend was how far and wide we're willing to travel and tow boats. So it all comes down to, and I don't mean this again, I don't mean this any other way, but I'm at the stage in my life and my career where actually I prefer the time off. So if someone said to me, do you want to work the weekend and have overtime? Yeah, great, pay for something for my family. But then 50% of me says, do you know what, I work 5 days a week. I'd rather work early or late those 5 days. I need the weekends to myself. I'd like to go out fishing off the beach. I'd like to go estuary. I'd like to go lure fishing. I'd like to go out on the boat. I'd like to go and drive and check out a mark that I've never fished before, but check it out at low tide. Time's more precious to me now. So when you say, would you be willing to bring the boat down to that? Absolutely, totally and utterly. If there was a plan, I'm going to give a little sales pitch now. If there's a plan and local knowledge that you can tap into, this is the big one, I'm willing to go anywhere. Bristol Channel, Scotland, North East, Kent, down the Scilly Isles. I've got an idea about going out to the Scilly Isles. It's 35 miles out into the Atlantic. Think about doing that in the boat. I'll go. So my pitch to everyone now is, if there's anyone that has local knowledge anywhere around the country that has a species that they're particularly adept at fishing for, if they've got place 3 months of the year and they can bag up and catch them every time they go because they know the bait, the rig, and how to do it, I'd love to join you. I'd love to join you, not because I want to steal anything from you. I'd just like to have a go myself and for you to teach me. If there's someone down in Cornwall that knows a hole that always holds conger and is going to put a rod snap and bend in every time, pretty much almost guaranteed, I'd love to come join you. I'd love to come and have a go, and use your skill and your knowledge so I can learn as well. I'd love to do all that. So if there's anyone around the country that's particularly adept at catching anything that's very specific in a specific way, I'd love to have a go. I'd love to come and join you. My little doodah technology thing just switched itself off. I was talking too long, wasn't I? 8 o'clock. For those of you that need to go and watch Top Gear, that haven't got it on Series Link or pause or record or any of those things, now's the time. If you want to go and get your car fixed. We've hit the magic hour. I'm happy to do some more. Stu Harris, good evening, buddy. So is that my Sweet Corn Kid, Stu Harris? Are you on a different login or something? Or is that a different Stuart Harris? Brian Hayward, good evening. Master Fisherman, get your slosh in. Plenty of sloshes. Must be very... Mrs. W must be very... Right, so the deal is with Mrs. W, seriously, and I don't know how... Everyone plays their game differently, doesn't it? Life's a game. Winners and losers. Battles and things. Mrs. W can have and do whatever she likes, and I'll quite happily pay for it. Does she want to go somewhere and go and buy a pair of shoes? No, but I want a new pair of wellies. Does she want to change the car? Is it time to change the car yet? Can we afford it? Have we got to save up? Is it something we can afford? No, she don't. She's happy with the beat up old banger that she's got. So I bought a boat. That could have bought a new car. Do the kids need new coats? Yeah, they do. Kate got one Paul got one last week. And Kate might get one next week. That's the game, isn't it? Give a little barter, change. We didn't go on holiday this year because of COVID and all the other bits and pieces. We didn't go on holiday, so all the money I'd saved for that has gone elsewhere. We barter and swap and all that kind of stuff. Danny has got a few whiting marks. I'm the Ting King. I'll give you a run for your money. If you want to go all Ting out and go live, we can both go live and go on a Ting Fest. The Solent is full of Tings. I'd happily come and fish with you though. More than happy. Yeah, Daniel, often watch Top Gear. I know where you're off to. Southwest coast of Wales, Tash, blue shark fishing. Yes, I want to catch a blue shark. I do. I want to catch a blue shark. Full stop. But just quickly going back, and Mrs. W, she is very understanding. They let anyone in here. Who's that to? Who are you having a go at, Pete? Scott's just turned up. You're a bit late, aren't you? You're like an hour late. Scott, do yourself a favour, mate. Type slosh into the comments. SLOSH. Sierra Lima Oscar Sierra Hotel. Get it in. Get your competition entry in. I'll be gutted if you missed it. Who hasn't watched Top Gear for ages? It's not the same, is it? I like the cars though. Different one, also from Portsmouth. Yeah, get your slosh in. Stuart got your slosh in. Nice one. Nice to see you both got your entries in. Open to one and all. What have we got? I need your life. You don't want my life. I spent 22 years at sea away from a family. That's not the life of choice for a lot of people. Now, Stephen Ansell, are you taking the mickey out of my mirror carp story, or are you genuinely interested? Yeah, you did miss my carp story. Cars lose more value than a boat. I'll let you into a little insight. So I didn't just jump in both feet. Oh, I want a boat. Went and bought a boat. Yeah, you quite literally with your money. Warrior 165s. Have you seen how they hold their money? Seriously, they do not lose money. You can buy one this year, keep it 3 or 4 years. You'll pretty much, as long as you've looked after it, and there is a cost involved in that, you'll pretty much get your money back, minus not very much. And you're right, I think a Warrior 165 will hold its value better than a car. And then the flip side, I specifically waited for a Suzuki 70, DF70. A lot of the boats were fitted with 60s, some were fitted with 80s, which is the maximum for the hull. I wanted the 70. It's cheaper to service annually than a car. I'll pay more to service my van than the boat. Suzuki do like a service package box where everything comes in a box, and you pay for the oils and the personal labour. Main dealer Suzuki service for my outboard is less than that for a car, and it is a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder engine, same as what you get in a car. But you know, pitch over. I think if you pick the right thing, you don't have to pull your trousers down, to be honest. So Rob, landlocked sea fishing, can't put me onto a fish species, and you can't put me onto a specific one, but you can get me to the pub for opening time. But if you bought a hip flask, we wouldn't have to rush to the pub. We can get there on our own sweet time. Maybe have that one last cast, that last chuck. Last chuck usually catches, because you tell it, don't you? You speak to your bait. This is the last cast, this is the last chuck. If you want to come out and play, now's the time. Clip up, send it out. Pete Newell slosh, get it in. Baby duty. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to do that. Getting all the slosh bosh. Would you try fishing in Guernsey? Yes. So I've spoken to Smash. I'd love to go over. Initially, because I've been to Jersey and Guernsey. I've got to try and remember now because obviously I was too young to remember. I think it was Jersey we lived in for a few months when I was young. But I've been on a ship and we've been to Jersey and Guernsey. So I've been to Jersey and Guernsey quite a few times. Beautiful place, absolutely stunning. Not too sure about the people, but the place is stunning. I'd love to go over. So there's obviously there's other YouTubers over. There's Troy, there's Smash, there's Inglorious. I'd like to go over, to be honest. But this whole pandemic thing, I was looking at flights and things possibly last year, and it's just not possible at the moment. I'd like to consider it though. I'd like to do it. Kingfisher, can't believe you sold your K2s. Well, I can't either. I really, they tore at the heartstrings, and I thought, do I just keep hold of them regardless? But then I'm just going to accumulate kit. So, believe it or not, what actually made the decision to get rid of them was nothing wrong with the rods. They were absolutely pristine. The guy that bought them from even commented on how nice, how good a condition they were in. The reason why I sold them is to give you guys variation. I changed the style of fishing. One, because I wanted to improve myself, teach myself, and change. Change is as good as rest, as they say. I'd done everything I wanted to with the K2s and the Surf Blasters. So then I gave someone else the option. Someone bought the rods, someone else bought the reels. Someone else is using them now. And I bought the Fire Blades and the 525s. Different style of fishing altogether. Multiplier, shorter rod, more powerful rod. So rather than relying on the trebuchet length of rod to get your bait out, you're relying on loading the rod up and flicking, putting that energy back into it, which means I've got to learn a new skill in pendulum casting. I'm at the early end of that. Yeah, so it's your fault. It's your fault that I sold K2. No, it's not your fault. I sold them for variation, and at the end of this complete season, I will probably, no promises, but I'm thinking it's a good way to go. I'll probably get rid of the Fire Blades and the pens, and I'll try something else. And and so on and so on. And that's not being what's the word I'm looking for? It's not being wasteful, because I was careful how I bought them and I was careful how I sold them. It's not being flash with just swapping kit in and out, because they weren't far off cost neutral. I bought them well and I sold them well. It gives different things to talk about, discuss, show, and experience. It shows a different skill and type of fishing altogether. So, yeah, it's your fault. Where are we? I've lost my spot. We're all sloshing out. Try fishing again. Yes, just had a cut. That's cow shot. Savage weather, no fish. Yeah, so Gareth Morris, I'm surprised you tried it. I can hear the wind. It's absolutely howling out there. And cow shot's pretty exposed, isn't it? Okay, so Rick's asking about technique for bringing up the anchor. Fine tuning. I've had it stuck fast and I've had to bring it up by hand. I've now gone for a very tuned specific setup, and I read everything before I bought my boat anchor and I ignored it and I thought I knew better, and it bit me. So I've gone back to exactly what it is, which is, for the size of boat, it's a 5 kilo Bruce anchor or a 5 kilo grapnel, depending on whether you're mud, sand or rough. A boat length of chain, so I've got 5 meters of chain, got 600 feet of rope available to me, so I can anchor anywhere within a 30-mile radius of where I live. And I've gone up the buoy size to an A4. My buoy was too small, and I've gone for a split ordinary ring rather than a constant ordinary ring, because sometimes it was easier to not have the buoy and the ring on and put it on and clip it, as opposed to always having to have it captive. So to a lot of people, that means absolutely nothing. But for me personally, I've got a balanced rig, 5 kilos of anchor, 6 kilos of chain that's a boat length, and that is very specific for how the anchor lays, 600 feet available of rope, and an A4 ordinary ring. I was thinking, it leads on to something else actually. So I was accused recently of copying other people. That couldn't be further from the truth, to be honest. I don't copy anyone. If I do something, it's because I wanted to do it, or it came up, or it was something that was going on at the time. And it stopped and made me think, because there's quite a lot of stuff I would like to do that's already been done by other people. Does that mean I can't do it? So there are other people that have done anchoring, anchor setups, and using an ordinary buoy. That's already on YouTube. But does that mean I can't do it? Or can I do it in my own style and not get people hump, basically, get upset people? I don't know. Does if one person's gone hound fishing, does that mean I can't go hound fishing? Does that mean I can't film my hound fishing? I don't know, is the honest answer. But I'm going to do everything as I work my way through. And if it happens to duplicate or replicate what someone else has done, I don't know. I don't need to apologise, but I'm not sorry. If it happens to be the same as someone else's, that's happen chance. If YouTube goes on for another 1,000 years, in 1,000 years we're still going to be talking about up and over rigs, and we're still going to be talking about do I use a multiplier or a fixed ball reel, because they're still going to be there, aren't they? That sounds a little bit critical for me, but it makes me laugh, really, to be honest, because eventually everything will be on YouTube. So does that mean you don't put anything else on it because it's full? It's already on there, or do you just see someone else's version of it? I don't know. Andy Collins, yeah, my sentiment exactly. Good luck to everyone. You know, I wish everyone the best of luck. Someone's going to be lucky enough to win. Someone's going to have it delivered to their door, and they're going to have a brand new item. No tricks, no smoke and mirrors. They're going to get exactly what I've explained. Right, Pete Newell, ex-chief stoker not servicing his own outboard. I'm outboard trained. I used to run a boat section. I can service my own outboard. So we'll put a stop to that right now, shall we? No, what it will be is only the main dealers can plug in, and they can give printout of RPM, hours at specific RPM. They do a full diagnostic of all the sensors, and the price of that printout to me is worth the price of, it's that cheap, seriously, I'm not joking. The full service kit from Suzuki is £104, I think. You pay for oils, which I would. You pay for the £104 for the service kit, which I would. It's about £70 in labour. I'll pay the labour for the plug-in. But yeah, I changed my own prop the other day. I know it's not a difficult job, but I took the prop off and I put another prop on. I'm not adverse to working on my own engine at all. And I know you're pulling my chain. Clive Painter, hope you're all well, keeping safe. Clive, make sure you get your competition entry in. Type the word SLOSH, S-L-O-S-H, Sierra Lima, Oscar, Sierra Hotel. Type that in, get your entry in. Jersey Guernsey would be fished out by the French. It's going to be fished out by Troy and Glorious and Smash if we're not careful. Daggers 18. That's a strange name. Why Daggers 18? What's Daggers 18? Hi, good evening. Barry Corbett from Fife. I don't know if anyone else is. Well, I've been up to Fife. I lived in Scotland for a while. I lived in Scotland. When I say lived in Scotland, I lived in Glasgow, in Scotstoun. I know it's a crap Scottish accent. If you're out on a night out in Scotland and it's the early hours of the morning, and in the distance some drunken Scottish people come towards you, and you think, oh no, it's all gonna kick off. Just reply with, all right, ball. And as long as you do that and keep your head down, keep walking, you're all good. I never got beat up once in 2 years in Glasgow. Jamie Wills, oi oi. Now Percy, since you had big club angler before that, Big wreck eels up to 100. That was 11 years, might be worth a go. We wreck fish all year round. Yeah, no, seriously. I've been talking to people about eels. I'm a bit eel fixated at the moment because of the concentrated effort to fish Scotland and do the boat and shore fishing up there. I like that focus. I like it when you get right deep into you're aiming for something, you plan for it, you go and do it, and you achieve it. Brilliant. Now pick something else. And my focus at the moment, I'd like a big eel. I want one that's bigger than me. And that's quite easy because I'm only 5'7". Skippy Kung Fu, when you fishing, shore fishing next, or shore fishing the other night? Night before last. I fished Salsey, which has been juicing, ungulates aplenty, and I caught 3 dogfish. Filmed it all. It's all in the can. It's all in that camera. I haven't even uploaded it yet. I haven't started editing it yet. Yeah, I didn't mean to like kick the hornet's nest with the. I don't copy other people, but I've been accused of it. We'll park it there. But all I'm trying to say is, eventually we're all going to do something, upload it on YouTube. It's going to have been done before, but it's going to be an individual's take on it. It's going to be from a different viewpoint. It's going to have little nuggets or little things different. It doesn't mean people are copying. You know, everyone that's uploading fishing videos at the moment, people were fishing 2,000 years ago. Are we copying them? I don't think so. Jamie Wheels got your competition entry in. Nice to see. Yeah, everyone's copying someone in fishing. Yeah, sorry, just trying. What do we do for the giveaway? Right, giveaway for tonight. Stephen Forster, slosh. If you want to win a slosh reel, type the word slosh. Sierra Lima Oscar Sierra Hotel. Slosh. SLOSH. Type that in the comments. Make sure you're a subscriber. If you're not subscribed to the channel, the computer won't pick your name out. So it will look for a subscriber, it will look for the word slosh in the comments, and then it will randomly pick one out. That's how it works. Draw will be on the 15th of November, live. Yeah, you can do whatever you like on your own channel. Yeah, shoot off, Earl. I'm going to start wrapping this up soon. If I can catch up with the comments, because there's quite a few tonight. We're at 1 hour and a quarter now. You know I like to usually keep it to about an hour. What is being completed on November? What is being completed on November 20? I don't understand that question. So someone's just asked a question about what is being completed. Oh, have I put complete on? Oh, November 20. Yeah, because I had to type it in quick because the phone was giving me some aggro. Yeah, thank you. I'll change that in a minute. Richie, yeah, Steam Foster Stars, Peter Gilbert, Richie. Comment slosh 20, yeah. Slosh not dosh, I use the Twitter. Ambassador shoes for Twitter. Dean Corbett uses the 20s and 30s. What do you think, buddy? Are they good? Do you like them? Obviously, you've got both, so you can comment directly between the two. Neil's out on Wednesday, right, so Wednesday there's a weather window. And not only is there a weather window on Wednesday where the winds are really light, they've come round from the northerly and the temperature's dropped. So Wednesday might be a day out chasing unicorns. Yeah, sorry guys. In my hurry to get loaded up and on, I've done a spelling mistake. And just to recoup about Salsey, a lot of ungulates coming out. Alan, can't remember his surname, had 7 in one night. Loads of doubles. The guy in the groin next to me the night I fished Friday, he had an 11 pound, I can't remember what it was exactly, 11 pounds. All doubles basically. All the ungulates that are coming out of Salsey have been doubles. Cheers Rick, thank you very much. Yeah, everyone get your entries in. That's the whole point of this live tonight. Type the word slosh in, make sure you're a subscriber. The computer will pick someone at random. Okay, yeah, so Dean likes them. They are good value for the money, I must admit. When I'd already thought I was going to put one up as a competition prize, and then I was a bit scared, so I checked online, and I was pleasantly surprised by the price. Is it nearly completed? Yeah, right. So I'm going to draw a line there, guys. I've got to the end of the comments. I think I've covered everything on my little scrappy bit of paper, and I'm sure everyone has been really busy. I really appreciate you taking the time to join in, to chat, to ask questions, to make comments. Long may it prosper. If you look through any of the catalogue of videos, please, even if you look back on the older ones, add comments, detail, you know, helping other people out, because the comments are a library of assistance, really. If you're looking at a video on spotted rays and you've got some specific advice on, put it in the comments, please. It's almost like you can, it's one of the easiest ways to do a search now, because I don't know if you know that YouTube were bought by Google. You do a Google search, it will always bring up the top marks for YouTube for that same subject. People can choose to watch a short film or read a wordy paragraph, and for a lot of people they'd rather watch the film, then they read the comments, and the comments are made by yourselves. They absolutely make the channel. They really do help out people. Right, yeah, so I'm going to shoot off. Take care, guys. It's been nice spending time with you. Tight lines, happy fishing. I hope you get the opportunity to go out fishing soon. I hope that lockdown, because the decision hasn't been made yet, I hope they see sense and allow us to still fish from the shore. Because for me, really, a lone fisherman out on his own, separated from everyone else, my personal view is he's a low risk. But if they decide otherwise, then I really do advocate that we do as we're being told. So take care. I hope you all stay safe and well. And from me for now, goodbye. And I'll see you soon. Take care.